And today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the football team and the Browns, and it's coming up next.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come... Washington offense onto the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll be led out by their 6'1 quarterback from Old Dominion. It's Taylor Heineke. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Heineke. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Flushed out right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
First down, Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And a play fake, and now Heineke. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field. And that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Out of the gun, Watson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action now. Here's Heineke. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got it. And he's brought down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Gibson, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. We're scoreless after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Heineke now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and the result, a touchdown for Washington. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Here's Landry. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
Have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Here's second and a yard. A give running right is Chubb. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Handoff comes to Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. Following the penalty, Chubb. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
McLaughlin now for the Browns field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Second down and 5. On the draw, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 47-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. On 1st and 10, Heineke. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Heineke. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Heineke. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Heineke on 1st down. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw, Heineke. Pass caught left side by Humphries.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
First down, Washington.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Boom all day. Woo!
Guys, what are you doing?
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half for Washington. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Browns, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Here's Landry. And able to get this out to the 25.
Good one, boy. Let's go.
The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down, here's Chubb again. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. That's a familiar call during this game. A lot of runs have been stopped right around the line of scrimmage.
And how about the big D tackle there? Not just eating up blockers, but making the tackle himself. We're seeing a lot more hand movement from those big guys up front to shed blockers and then go get ball carriers.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Heineke. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Malik Jackson coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. Sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught at the 25. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A huge play there for Washington. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long. But I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw is Heineke. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And they'll throw again. Heineke. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick here is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, it makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. Here's Landry. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. That's caught. It's Demetric Felton. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. A big play that time for Cleveland. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
Here's Watson, and that's caught by the tight end, Bryant. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Danny Johnson returning. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's go.
Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Heineke. Dancing to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
Now Heineke. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
1st down, Heineke. He gets it to Humphreys. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Working with a 2nd and 3. A handoff for Gibson.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
A 1st down throw for Heineke. A throw to the flat here for McKissick. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. Taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Heineke. And he fires one, but incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
You hate to get the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in what you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Watson. Gets this to Moore. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
The Browns try to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Watson to throw. That's going to be taken in by Felton.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw, Watson. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. This defense not going to lag back. They come with pressure that time, force him out of the pocket, and the incompletion.
And so many times when you're watching a game, you're seeing the offense doing all the dictating. In this case, the defense said, we're dictating the terms, and turned it loose towards him.
Now Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural,
yeah,
but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody.